Hello, welcome back to Shittywebcomics Weekly. We are explorers on the furthest reaches of experience, demons to some, angels to others. And you can see into the mind of God by donating to our Subscribestar, as well as seeing the rest of this entire series months before it gets posted.
Is this going up on the weekly?
This is
Is this
going up,
going
yes,
up?
all of this will be going up on the weekly sometime next year. So when you're seeing this right now on the Shitty Webcomics Weekly, on the regular main channel, that means this has been out for months on the Subscribestar. That's how late behind all of you plebs
Yeah,
are.
it's another good reason to actually donate.
Yeah. This episode is probably going to have just some video game shit on the screen because I'm just going to read stuff from our Discord. And that's the best way to really do that, is just read it and then have some video games in the
That's
background.
another element that people are missing out on.
Some classic gameplay footage of funny gameplay footage. But anyways, we are continuing talking about Drama Queen as the hot new manga. Only one chapter so far. By the time this is out, there will probably be several chapters because it's, weekly. As weekly Shonen Jump would imply. But it's the big anti-immigration, racist AF comic. Here are some posts from Paul on 4chan that you pasted into the Discord earlier today.
The Discord is what I mentioned, or
Yeah.
what I meant.
Yeah, but you posted it there, so that's where I'm reading it. But so I'm just going to read what other people on the politically incorrect board, that is, have said. Starting off with La Ebon Arrow saying the aliens in the manga are depicted as having professional managerial class level jobs or above, and somebody replying to that saying the entire theme is foreigners having power over you in your own country. The amount of white men in managerial positions in Japan is negligible to non-existent, whilst Indians are being mass imported into filling white-collar jobs far above the number of the white population.
Which, by the way, I'm sure somebody might be like, "It's a conspiracy." Excuse me, sweaty. That's a conspiracy theory. No, it's just been documented.
Yeah, it's already been quantified. That means they've measured it, and like completely independent or even like leftist communities and that kind of shit are like, yes, this is completely true. Usually they'll just come out in a minute. It's like, yes, we want white people to go extinct and that kind of thing. What's so wrong with that? They say.
It's kind of like the J Word Contributions
Yes.
website, which was somewhat clearly a parody, but I got away with it for like I don't know, a year and a half, because it's just like, here's all the people, all the various important things that the Jewish community has contributed to the entire world, and it's just like abortion and feminism, communism, stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's that was no different from actual, like, the Jerusalem Post posting about that exact kind of stuff, being like, look at these wonderful
the
contributions.
Jerusalem Post just straight up posting like, yes, there are more Jews in banking in Hollywood, and that's okay.
Yeah, here's why that's a good thing, that kind of stuff. And that's, again, this is all what other people say. This is not what we're saying. We're just pointing out that they say that. The they-anati, if you will. But anyways, the post continues. Another quote saying, they are depicted as being worshipped by the Japanese and lusted after by Japanese women. And the reply says, Japan is going woke and worshipping half-foos on TV all the time. Their Olympic ceremony was carried out by half-black Japanese, and their hentai is filled with literal black cuckoldry shit. The Japanese government is pushing diversity in immigration, especially, and not from white countries. The manga doesn't depict Japanese women worshiping them. It depicts an interracial couple. And again, we'll look at the comic later so you can see for yourself. Another quote saying they are depicted as being treated.
That's the part. I mean, of course, the whole thing is being accused of being like such obvious propaganda and so on. But it's like that part I thought was very on the nose. It's just one of the aliens punches the main character or elbows the main character in the face.
That happens multiple times. In fact, it seems.
Yeah.
Like the aliens are just really clumsy and inconsiderate all the time.
It's comedic in a lot of ways.
Yeah. It's played up too. It is exaggerated clearly a bit, and there's the overall thing. We'll get into that when we get into the comic as well. There's also an element in this post we're reading of replying to. We'll get into that as well. The other people saying, actually, this is about Koreans or something. This is kind of a response to that. There seems to be a lot of people trying to make weird excuses. Weird.
Well,
excuses for the comic or something.
There was it was a thread. There are multiple posts. That's what I ended up copying and pasting into our Discord. Was multiple posts from a thread on Paul about this comic.
But also just a limited, a snapshot, if you will.
Drama Queen. Did we mention the name yet?
Yes, several times.
Because we recorded these a bunch in batches, so we just talked about the comic.
But the next quote says they are depicted as being treated leniently by the Japanese police, and the reply says nuisance black streamer Johnny Somali was let out of Japan with a slap on the wrist after sexually abusing, humiliating, mocking, and harassing Japanese people for months nonstop.
I didn't post that, but that was another thread that just claiming that Johnny Somali was killed in Korea.
Yeah, I heard. I saw somebody. I think on Twitter, somebody joked
South
about
Korea. Because he went to South Korea where he got into some trouble, and now people
he was arrested. And then there was the coup. Yeah, the South Korean coup and the martial law and stuff, and people were just saying Johnny Somali's body was hanging outside of a police station or something.
Yeah, hanging from a lamppost.
Yeah. Anyways, the post continues.
Which actually might be true. Here's the thing. Again, this is very early. That might be true, but also a lot of people are saying it's not.
It could happen. It's just kind of unfortunate that it hasn't. But anyways.
It would be unfortunate. It would also be funny, though.
Kind of funny, but anyways.
Definitely be funny.
The post continues saying, no white streamer has done this. In fact, white creators in Japan like PewDiePie are respectfully signal boosting Japanese culture. Another
PewDiePie, another famous person.
Yeah, another quote saying, blacks in JEETs do not come to Japan to work for managerial or higher roles. And the reply says, you literally don't know what you're talking about, and neither do whites. There are less white men in Japan than there are blacks in Paris. Quote, they are not worshipped by the Japanese. Reply, false, see above. Quote, they are not treated leniently by the Japanese police. Reply, false, see above. Also, whites have non-existent crime rates in Japan and Korea. And then one last quote saying, but all of these things apply to whites. And the reply says, completely false, and you missed the point of the manga plus L plus low information plus low IQ. And that wraps up just, I guess, one post or a couple or something regarding Drama Queen just on 4chan. So clearly it's lighting up the internet, though. So worth doing some videos about. That we'll continue talking about. We'll go into the Twitter response, some of the hysteria. I kind of am curious about the Blue Sky response, but I do have a Blue Sky account, but I don't follow anyone, and I'm not going to bother looking for people's responses on Blue Sky. I mean, Twitter is, a light, and that serves enough purpose, so we'll get into that next. And again, if you're on the subscribe star, all you have to do is keep listening. But for everyone else, should have listened to Shitty Webcomics.